Hello everyone, this is Mohan from Beyond the Rights and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to turn your bedroom or a small room from this to this. So before I go ahead and show you how my studio looks like, I want to tell you what was the idea behind this. Previously, I used to live in a 2 BHK house where one room was for my parents and the other one for myself. It was a very small room where I had to manage all the stuff starting from my bed, cloth, my personal computer, my office computer. Yes, thanks to the COVID, I'm doing work from home. And it was very difficult for me to organize every single time when I wanted to shoot a video. So I decided to move to a new place, and 2 months back I shifted to this new 3 BHK house where I can have one room dedicated for my workspace, which is also called as my studio. Although this is not a huge room, I was still able to arrange my workspace in a way that whenever I want to shoot a video, I should be able to just jump in and start recording without having any stuff rearranging it. So let's jump into today's topic and let me show you how my studio looks like, and at the end of this video I will also share some of the things that you need to keep in mind before setting up any studio. And if you are new to my channel, please go ahead and hit the red color subscribe button and turn the notification bell to all to get all my future updates. So without wasting further time, let's get started. In order to shoot an A-roll, the most important thing is to find a proper background. Wait a minute, did I say A-roll and you're thinking what is it? Let me tell you. Basically, A-roll video is where you stand or sit in front of the camera and talk to audience and explain something. It's more of a still video like the one you are seeing right now. B-roll is something where you see all the cinematic videos and slow motions and lot of videos from different angles. We will get into this B-roll topic in my future videos. For now, let's focus on A-roll. So I found this wall is perfect for my background since it has enough space to give a good look as how I have planned. Although I find other walls are still good, I felt it doesn't go well with different angles. So it's up to you to choose a proper background according to your ideas. Sometimes I know it's better to shoot in front of windows to get that extra light. However, the problem here is the light condition keeps changing throughout the day. That way, you will not get consistent light throughout your video. Sometimes it might look underexposed and sometimes it might look overexposed. So I recommend you to avoid shooting in front of videos or block the windows and doors with a curtain or a cloth. So if you're blocking the windows, how do you get a proper light? So that brings my next point, that is key light. So basically, a key light is something which lights up the subject. It is important to highlight the subject more than your background. In my case, I am the subject, and if I don't have enough light on my face, the audience might get distracted with the background or things around me. And most importantly, camera might struggle to give a good quality and you end up raising the ISO to maximum and you'll start seeing grains, which is not good. I'm using a simple light setup where it looks very professional, but it is not. I'm using LED bulb with holder and some extra tube lights around it, so it gives me enough light to brighten me up. Also, it is important to use the diffusers or soft light in order to avoid harsh lights on your face, which doesn't look good at all. You can use umbrella like diffusers to get a soft texture on your face. The one I'm using is from Godox, which is not sponsored. However, I'll leave the link in the description so that you can go ahead and check it out. So now you have found a proper background, block the windows and doors, and you have a key light as well. But I still feel like I can make this background look much better by adding some decoratives, a bookshelf and some practical lights. You can add anything that will give you a good looking background, but make sure it is neat and simple. Adding these practical lights give me a better look, and also it separates me from the background to get that extra blur effect or bokeh effect. You have a lot of options online, and if you want to buy the things that I have got, I'll leave those links in the description. You can go ahead and check it out. Well, now you have everything ready and you should start recording. But in order to get the best quality out of all this setup, you should start recording in manual settings. I will tell you why. In case if you are using auto settings, the camera might not be able to give you the best white balance or exposure levels or a good looking video, because camera will average out the lighting condition and you might end up seeing a very bad result. So it's better to set your camera in manual settings so that you have more control over how your video should look like. Probably you'll have to limit the ISO within 800 or max 1600 so that you don't see much grains, and bring the aperture to lowest number as possible to get the balanced light and blur effect. And set the shutter speed to 1/60 if you're shooting at 30 fps and 1/120 if you're shooting at 60 fps. Don't get too confused, I'll make it easy for you. If you're shooting a video at particular frame rate, the shutter speed should be double that of the frame rate. For example, for 20 fps it's 1 by 50, for 30 fps it's 1 by 60, for 50 fps it's 1 by 100, and for 60 fps it's 1 by 120. In case if you are still confused and don't know how to use manual settings, don't worry, let me know in the comment box and I'll make a separate video on that. And you don't have to feel bad about it, because I also didn't know when I started shooting videos, and I learned all this over the period of time. So there you go, now you have a very good looking studio and you can go ahead and start recording. But wait, let me give you some important tips when you're setting up this studio. It is important that you don't spend much on these things unless you need to. End of the day, if you're still able to give best results with what you have, it is still fine. And these things doesn't matter, so spend wisely. It looks very cool to have this kind of studio. However, it always depends on your purpose, whether you really require a studio or not. If you are a content creator who is more focused on gaming, text, reviews, or any content which require a studio, then go ahead with this. If not, it's not necessary. Try to keep your workspace with very minimal stuff so that you don't dump everything and mess up your room, or else you will end up taking that extra work to have it organized every single time. Actually, this is the most important thing. I can't stress enough and say that your audio quality plays a bigger role than that of your video quality. So invest in a proper audio setup or a good mic to record your audios and voiceover. You have a lot of options out there, and if you are looking something within the budget, you can go ahead and check out the description. I'll leave those links. So that's all for today. I hope you guys find this video very useful, and if you did, please hit the like button so YouTube will start recommending my videos to more people. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe right away and share with your friends and family. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, take care and stay bindas. Thanks for watching and see ya.